Hi, Sean. I'm gonna do your journey healing now. Just gotta make sure I got all my ducks in a row here. All right. All right. Just trying to get myself positioned. I've been doing some meditation this morning, and then listening to gong sounds, and then preparing to go do your journey healing. So I get kind of nervous in the beginning. So I decided I might try and do things a little bit differently than I usually do, which is appropriate, because I'm meant to be doing it differently, starting with you. So we're just going to see how this works out, okay? So I'm going to read your spiritual permission slip, and then I'm going to journey into it, instead of letting spirit just take me to the next thing. I just want to go into the spiritual permission slip itself. In this work we're doing for you, we're going to be using musical notes to heal your pain, the pains in your spiritual atmosphere. And those pains are related to, I've got them all highlighted here: your social anxiety, a feeling of emptiness, meaninglessness, deep depression, substance abuse, and more than one suicide attempt in your early 20s. So you're paralyzed by social anxiety. This is all stuff we need to get cleared out of there. And then there's even sexual challenges, just sexual identity issues related to all of this too. So before I create the spiritual permission slip, I always do some channeling to help me balance with everything that you've shared. So the spiritual permission slip for you is really special. They're all very special. So I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to go into it, and then we're going to get started. So this is Sean's spiritual permission slip. It says, I, Sean, open a doorway into the deepest layers of my spiritual atmosphere. These layers that are a reflection of the pain that inspires anxiety and sexual identity issues. I ask that the sounds of musical notes fill these spaces in order to heal my expression in the physical. I desire to experience healing in both my spirit and body, and within my mental and emotional expressions. I desire to experience balance and the freedom to live my life without the hindrance of these challenges. I'm ready to put the knife of self-sabotage down. I'm ready to erase the lines of structure in order to experience freedom to go and have fun as I please. I allow entrance into my spiritual atmosphere by Abby's soul and all other reflections of unconditional love in order to heal, transform, and rebirth my soul. I acknowledge that this life is to be lived and not be burdened by. I am ready to freely embrace life now in the physical and let life lead the way, much like the musical notes that lead the way for my soul today. So that's your spiritual permission slip, Sean. It's really like it. I'm actually going to go into it, and then I want to get started. This is going to be a really good healing for you. It's going to be life-changing. So I'm to follow the musical notes, and they're to lead the way, because the musical notes, they themselves they're sort of alive right now. They're your friends. They feel the pain inside you, and they want to enter into the pain and be your friends that are sharing love with it and healing it, mending it. This sort of like musical notes that are like a man's best friend, like a loyal dog or your favorite cat or your pet or something that you love that heals you naturally, just the bonds that you have. These musical notes seem to have a real bond with your soul, with your body and soul together. It's almost like when they come out of your guitar, when you're playing your guitar, they're real people. They have real consciousness, and they actually want to be a part of your body. And then they feel a part of your body because you connect with them in that way. And so they're entering into you with me. They're showing me the way. And then I'm just going to follow them where we must go. So there's something of a very high vibration related to all of this. I feel like I myself am in a very high vibrational state right now. They haven't shown me the next picture yet. We're just entering into it. I say I am ready to enter into Sean's spiritual atmosphere with the musical notes that are his friends that are guiding me today. the musical notes that are a reflection of unconditional love for Sean. It's really hard to enter into the space. There's something of a wound here that I can't even visualize it or understand what it is. The best way I could describe it is, let's just say there's a space that has a plug in it, and the plug is unfortunately a knife jammed into the space itself. And so I'm having a hard time actually seeing the space. I need to find a way to remove this pain here. Though I'm to describe it as it came to me. The best way, and I can't visually see it with perfect clarity, but I feel experience, and this visual sensation is it's a knife stabbed into the heart. But everything is black, and it's very hard to see. They're telling me to accept this visualization as the truth, and now remove the knife as I would if I could see it with clarity. So sometimes as a journeyman, for those of you watching, you're trying to learn how to develop your senses. Well, sometimes you have to do things blind, right? And then you trust. So this is a moment where I'm actually experiencing kind of a spiritual blindedness, but that's part of the wisdom here. Sometimes we can't see with clarity, so we just have to feel things out and then go with it. This is somehow related to, we need to turn the lights on for you, Sean, so you have the clarity in your emotions, in your mind, and in everything, in your body, your soul, everything. There's a reason why it's extremely dark in here and I can't see anything. So I'm actually touching the heart very gently with love. And then I'm touching the knife very gently, and then I'm allowing it to just be released with love naturally. And the notes are actually entering into the heart space while this knife is gently being removed. I'm handing the knife to Archangel Michael, who then puts these things in his bag. He has this like super infinite bag where the lesser values go, and then they just transform in the light just naturally. And so now there's a heart that when it beats, it feels like it's cut, and then it beats blood out and it hurts very badly. So we're touching it very gently and we are soothing it with love. And then love that actually it has some sort of energy that creates like a moistness, like a soft, some sort of glistening liquid, and then it's just touching this wound very gently and then helping it to mend with sort of a gentle, loving touch. So I'm just doing this right now. Things are starting to fill with light, but it's still very hard to see still. My spirit guides are telling me I'm doing a very good job. It's not easy to enter into a journey and you're not able to see. But that's all part of the clarity, that's all part of the wisdom. So they're asking me if I think Sean has a hard time seeing, as in whatever way you want to translate the word to see. And I say I do feel that way. I do feel like when we feel bogged down by life, when we're challenged with these sort of emotional, mental anxieties and that sort of thing, it is very, very hard to smile and to feel freedom to just go places and do things. We actually feel stalled out. It's a challenge to do everyday things. And so where's the clarity? When the vibrations change and we alter the vibrational patterns, so now the vibration is to fill you with this sort of darkness that makes it very, like, you're just sort of, you can't push mud through a garden hose, you know what I mean? When the vibrations are not quite right, it's like pushing mud through a garden hose. So when you're trying to feel happy and it's not happening, and it's like, the only freedom you have is to play your guitar in everyday life, it doesn't give you that sort of joy to jump up and down and just really embrace the next thing, So here I'm going to raise your vibration, and then we're going to experience and push into you more and more light, and the light that comes from unconditional love, and the notes that have that vibrant sort of reflection that lift your spirits. And now we're pushing you above the clouds, and so now you can see and you can experience life in a state of freedom, where you're instinctively doing things and not feeling like you're just sort of stuck in the mud, you know? It's hard to get out of the quicksand. Let's get you out of the quicksand so you're standing on firm ground and now you can choose your next direction. And so that's the way that I experience what it is to see for you, what this means to me. So there's more light, and I'm inspired. There's like a spiritual flame that is being lit in your heart, to warm your heart with the spiritual flame, which is love and passion for living, and experiencing and knowing that you're worthy and deserving of this gift. The awesome thing about this is you choose to experience a soul rebirth journey with me, so you open your soul to receiving an extraordinary gift from heaven. So you have these challenges, and now I can enter in. You choose this for yourself. This is a choice to love yourself. So now I can go in and share the love that you need, and then now you can feel transformed by it. So I'm just allowing the images still to experience love from my heart and from these musical notes. This flame is lit in the heart. It's still very dark in here. It reminds me of like what would be a very small home back in the day, which isn't like 50 years ago. We're talking like 300, 400, 500, like 1,000 years ago. Just a space that is a small home where all you have to light it is candles, you know what I mean? And so it's dim everywhere except wherever the candle goes. So the lighting is really thin. That's what this experience is like. They're talking about this. There's something in here. My spirit guides are having me enter in the description. So I'm actually in a space that this was real all along. I'm in a space, and there's something very strange about it. This is a part of your heart space. Part of this has to be related to sexual identity, because this is very weird sexual thing going on in this dark space. They're asking me if I have the means to describe it, and I'm saying it's strange. I'm encouraged to describe what this is, and then the wisdom will unravel itself. So just brace yourself, because it's kind of weird. All right, so in this small space, it's all dark. There's one candle lit. Everything is dark except for a tiny little glow. And what is a very massive woman, but it's almost like a man with a female sort of hairdo and lipstick that wasn't put on quite right. There's something very strange about it. There's even an interaction with a younger, like maybe 12-year-old boy in here. And it's entirely sexual. Two men. One man in this female sort of way, and then a younger, a 12-year-old in this bed. And there's a sexual interaction. My spirit guides are asking me what this means to me. It has not come to me that this is a past life as of yet. It's sort of strange when you enter into a home sphere like this and there's identities in here. But sometimes what I see is related to other things. This would be how my biological form translates the vibrations that need healing. Because this isn't a natural interaction. This creates unnatural experience. This is sort of unnatural sexual identity that this young boy is going to grow up with. There's already an older man with his own sort of unique sexual explorations. Something's just not balanced about it. You know what I mean? People are always there's always going to be, it is okay. I'm an advocate for saying it is okay to explore your sexual identity, whatever that means. I have nothing against anybody who explores sexuality in unique and different ways. That is a soul going into an experience in the physical to explore sexual identity that is extremely different. And so this is not me judging or evaluating this this older man with the female identity. But there is something wrong about this between this older man and this younger boy. There's something very wrong. A stain is taking place here. a transfer of one man's sexual identity into a younger man's sexual identity. And it feels, it just, there's something not right about it. There's something not balanced about it. They're asking me how I will balance it. I'm going to take the young boy, they're both naked. This man is quite oversized, maybe 300 or 400 pounds, and then has a wig on, and then makeup on, kind of like 80s style. A scruffy beard, bearded sort of face, is not shaved. It's like definitely a 5 o'clock shadow going on. He's standing up. I'm in this room. He's this older gentleman, I would say 40s, is here. And now this younger boy, age 12 here. And they're both standing here before me. And I'm telling them that I'm saying I love you both, without judgment of this. I'm inspired to share love with them both that comes purely from heaven in a way that's balanced and helps them to. There's something about self-acceptance going on here. Something about, it's almost like this older man hates himself for this. And this younger boy is sort of so vulnerable in his innocence, and he's confused by everything. And so I need to help them both find love for themselves with this. So they're helping me to understand now this sexual identity thing is related to two past life experiences. One was a younger gentleman, like 12, that had this sort of, they're saying, rape incident with a man that was quite confused himself. But also simultaneously, the opposing has taken place. So it was 2 lifetimes, one where you were the younger gentleman and one where you were the older gentleman. And now we have this odd, what is 2 becomes 4 somehow. I don't understand it, but the soul intertwined. So what is one soul as the older man and then this younger gentleman? Now there's 2 interactions, and then the role reversal is still 2 interactions, which somehow create 4. I don't know how to understand I don't know how to explain it. There's somehow 4. They're saying this number is 4, and it will not get out of my head. It's not just 2, it's 4. Because the other soul was involved. But somehow, because of the oneness of everything, it was somehow the reflections create, and not just 2 experiences, 4. That's the best that my human brain can understand the wisdom my spirit guides are sharing related to this. There's something beautiful about this wisdom that is being shared about self-acceptance and sexual identity that is different. And they're saying not deranged, different. Some men actually do experience what is like a female identity, and the joy and longing to express themselves as a woman, and having that sort of confusion, because it's not commonplace, it's not. We look at it as like a handicapped or a deranged thing. It's actually, some men actually have that would be an instinctive nature for them. There's nothing wrong with it. That's actually a soul choosing a very challenging exploration of sexuality and gender identity, which is unique. I'm a real advocate for do not judge anybody, period. You don't know what the soul choices are. You don't know what inspires things. We have to be a society that is loving towards all. But we have to acknowledge that our human brain wants to judge naturally, is instinctive. But when we let the soul or the spirit, the infinite, become the brain, now suddenly we see with clarity that our human eyes would not be able to see with. But our soul eyes can see and understand, and now love without judgment, and love with a total acceptance. This is doing massive healing work for you, Sean. Massive. This had to come out because it's something related to a dark closet sort of a feeling. This space is dark. All we have is this tiny candlelight glow. The darkness of themselves and their confusion about who and what they are and their sexual identity, that also is part of the darkness here. The clarity that they can't experience is the clarity that they're still loved, and that this is different. It's not deranging, it's different. But to love themselves, so there's there's something more I need to heal here, because the transfer of extreme confusion that's taking place between an older man and a younger man. This also there's a third piece to this, because this is somehow, it's odd. I don't know if I can explain what the spirit realm is telling me. This third piece is basically the gift these lifetimes now are sharing, have imprinted upon your soul. The third piece is you, Sean. You're the third piece of a triangle. That of one young man, one older man. These swapping it's old previous lifetime experiences. Now we transfer what is the melding of this to you in this lifetime. Now you beget. You're the one that begets this, or however you use that word. This is the gift that was given to you from this. So I'm to do, it hasn't quite come to me yet, the healing I'm to do here. It will come to me. There's something about a spiral of energy that is taking place. Basically, I see you are at the peak of a triangle, and then I see these two down here. There's something in the center that is a spiral. You're actually holding your third piece as a spiral before you, but it's not like you're holding it, because your hands aren't actually physically holding it, but it's a spiral that's in the front of you like this, and then it's just levitated. It's somehow connected to you, like a weird slinky piece that's like attached to your energy field. I just need to pull that out. You need to have the freedom to understand and then choose who you want to be. When I remove this piece, now you actually don't have that sort of odd thing hanging in there. This sort of past life reality that is having a weird way of interacting with your present day expression, and then creating some confusion there. That coil piece needs removed. There's something pretty difficult about this because of how it is in conjunction with the past. But there's something also that is intertwined with it related to the present day. It really is odd. It's like its own DNA strand. It's white though. It's a white coil of light, and then it's encased in like really brown, poopy looking energy. And there's some yellow and green intermixed with it. It just looks dirty. And makes you feel dirty about yourself. It is not. It is, and the fact that it is basically in this space from heart up to here, it is telling me that it is intertwined with this very important space here. I don't know how to define what that means to me. When I do this journey work, I use my heart. And then I use my third eye. I use what is energy that comes through here. So I connect, I have a very sacred connection with the sort of highest realms. through my heart, through these pieces that go upwards, and then self-expression to be able to speak naturally through the throat, to get the voice out. How do you are you able to share your emotions? You speak your emotions, right? Well, if they get jammied because of this odd coil, that is attached to clarity of human eyes and clarity of third eye even. So this coil is a big deal. It is not in conjunction with the sexual organs. It is only showing that it is right about here all the way to the heart, and that's where I'm able to see it stop there. It is the heart is the heart of your emotions, the heart of your, I mean, that's huge. I'm just examining this, trying to determine how I will heal this. Got your note, friends, here. We're inspired to wash it with the sounds of music. And so the sounds of music, really beautiful guitar sounds, are filling this up, this coil. So they're eating away at that brownish, the yellowish green. And so all we see is the white glowing. So we're just going to do that right now. I'm just going to focus on this. I need to focus for a little bit here because I'm going to listen to a song. I'm just looking for a song with beautiful guitar sounds. And then I'm playing them while I'm doing this. Something odd, but the song that comes to me is probably like some cheesy Bryan Adams song, but it's sort of like When a Man Loves a Woman. There's like this beautiful, like almost Hispanic style guitar in it, and maybe I'm just intermixing things wrong, but that's like what's coming to me. And there's something, it's about romance and love making and sort of this romantic guitar sound. I don't know why, but that's the song that comes. Those are the guitar sounds that I'm using to heal this, because there's something genuine. It's about genuine love. It's not about how you choose to share. It's about the sort of honest heart portal style, raw, genuine lovemaking, passionate, what is balanced energy, unconditionally love, high vibrational sexual energy, all that. So through guitar sounds and singing a love song, so creates purity and sacredness through what is a sacred act of two souls joining through the physical body. It's still I'm just gonna have to focus here. It is working, but it is working slowly. It's helping me feel better, that's for sure. I feel better in my own heart, so I know you're feeling better in your heart too, Sean. That's always a good sign. Wherever I feel better, it means that you are too feeling better there as well, because I'm experiencing you right now. It's odd, but this coil is this odd poopy kind of energy is still kind of there. It's because it's sort of backed away, and now it's sort of like mud on your face or something. It hasn't cleaned off. We'll clean it off, trust me. But right now I can go like on these coils. I can actually use them like there's like strings or something. So I'm just like doing this with my finger, and it's making a boing, like it's making sounds. But it's odd. It's just gonna take time. I can't just rip it out. It's one of those, you can't actually take it out. I have to do things in order to release it naturally. It's like I'm helping your soul to see, helping your mind, body, soul, spirit, all that through the video, through the work I'm doing. I'm giving you the ability to see this, and I'm helping you to choose to release this naturally. It's not one I can pull out, because you actually have to allow yourself to release it through wisdom and healing and all that stuff. This is a big deal. I'm just going to use some Kundalini energy, which is high sexual vibration energy, in order to manifest it to pop out of there. Just through filling your inside of your body with sort of super high frequencies that'll just come in from the inside and then push this out through the frequencies themselves. So I need to stop talking for a little bit to focus on this. There's something on the inside that's really resistant of this still. It's like an odd creature on the inside. I put the energy in and I see there's something moving around, like something in, like, you don't want to see that thing moving around in the swamp because you don't know what it's like. Turns out to be some massive man-eating snake or something. It's like your skin is like the top of the water and it's just sort of rippling around underneath it. When I push high frequency love energy into you, I sort of touch your chest here, and then through the eyes portals in my hand, and then through my visual senses, I say Kundalini Reiki, and now I am putting high vibrational energy into you, and it's creating movement in there of something that needs released. It will be released, all right. This is going to take time to remove this piece. I'm inspired to look and do some work on your spine as well to create that balance that you need there. The spinal column is such a big deal. It's a bigger deal than I, as a human being, understand, but I keep getting called to go to the spine all the time these days and use snakes and intertwining snakes around the spine, and then snakes that release Kundalini energy, and then snakes that sort of hold the spine into sort of a perfectly balanced, it's just something about the balance of the spine and then the energy getting transferred in through the spinal column, sort of the electrical center of, that's what I think of. It's like the super center where all this sort of information goes up and down the body. It holds your body up as well. You can't really live without a spine. You need a spine there. Otherwise, you're going to be, your structure isn't there. The spine is really what completes the total structure. You got to have it. I'm using white light and filling the spine with pure white light all the way up from the tailbone all the way up, even up to the sort of neck piece, and then into the sort of cranial area. All while I'm simultaneously pressing this sort of hands against the chest and then doing the Kundalini Reiki, so I'm sort of two places at the same time. There's something about green energy that I'm to use. It hasn't manifested yet. How it is being used or where I'm using it, I'm just able to experience the Kundalini red energy going into you. I just see red when I think of Kundalini, and then this white going in the spine. You could say Kundalini Reiki and think of any color you want. I just always think of red because it reminds me of passion and love making and sort of high frequency romantic red roses and stuff like that. So I always just think of red, a red heart and red lips and that sort of thing. There's a lot of improvements going on here because we're pushing so much energy into you. I'll see what that thing is on the inside. It's just I'm not being taken there yet, so we're just going to keep focusing here. There's the words "you are worth it" are coming into my mind. You are worth it. You are worth this. You are not worthless. You are worth it. That's what this is. You're worth it. Something is happening now. That alone released something. It's almost like you were laying on a bed and you just started screaming as this part of you opened up, and just all this black energy just is like geysering out of you. But it's not like this isn't causing you pain. It's almost like you're just, something just erupted with your emotions, and it just spewed all this out naturally. And it just caused you to just make noises like, ah! And it just sort of shot out of there. That's really, really awesome. You had to let that go. That's what we're trying to accomplish here. To release out this negative energy for you. That this is good. You chose to release that yourself. I didn't do that. Wasn't going to cut you open or open you up. I needed you to choose to do that, which you finally did. There's odd sort of eel pieces that I'm able to pull out from the inside of you. Electric eels, like shocking you or something. They need to go. I'm not to touch them. They're pretty bad. I went to pull one out, and then I realized sometimes you gotta be careful. You don't want to touch certain things in these that are reflections of pure negative energy, because it actually will burn your spiritual hand and it'll stick onto your hand. So I actually have to go wash my hands in the light, and then I'm going to have Michael actually pick these eels out of you and put them into his bag. Believe it or not, that's the truth. Sometimes I touch things and I experience it's not good for me to touch them. They're really bad. It hasn't come to, I don't know. I'm just going to focus on washing my hands. I'm still trying to figure out how we're going to pull these out of there. But I need to wash my hands in the light really quick. So I'm putting them into a bath of holy water, and they're relieving me. There's like a burning, sort of a holy water is releasing some steam or something. Then I'm handing my hands over to an angel, who's putting a liquid on them. Now I feel refreshed from that. But now we can see the contamination of this is pretty severe. You're not even going to know who you are. Try to get these eels out of there. Some stuff is very sticky and very bad. This is it. I'm inspired to try. I usually have Michael help me, but he's not going to help me. I guess I have to figure this out on my own. And I'm inspired to use like clamps to pick up really hot coals. I'm just like, okay, let's just clamp on that thing, and then we'll just pull it out. There you go, Michael, in his like super bag of transformation. This seems to be working. They obviously there's a reason why I'm inspired to use this piece that you can like pick up things that are hot out of like a fire. I don't know what's like a smith, ironsmith or something would use it. But I'm using this and pulling these eels out of you. There's quite a few of them. So let me focus on this. I'm still simultaneously continuing to fill your spine with white light and fill your chest with red, and then there's a third part where I'm pulling these eels out, and this red energy is actually starting to enter into here. So I can tell you're experiencing more. There's some green energy that is part of this too, but it's not really helping me as part of the head. Is sort of going into the head somehow, but it's not clear how it is being used or where it's coming from or how it is manifesting there. I'm just gonna see Archangel Raphael because he's like the green angel, He's like the Mr. Green, Mr. like healing, green healing angel. In that way, my human brain can make sense of why there's green, and I would love for him to help me heal you as well. He's using green now. He's actually like instantly on the scene. All I had to do was, obviously I was supposed to do that. He's using his smart. He's just he's smart. He's like too smart for me. Like, wow, how come it took me so long to call you? He's like instantly doing things where he's using his hands and channeling green energy from your feet, ankles, legs on up, through torso, and then it is pushing. It's sort of like magnetically like lifting all of the dark matter from the lower part of you, pushing it up, and then the green energy is pushing it out those holes on its own. And he's actually using this green energy. He's already doing this stuff like this so fast I can't even speak fast enough to describe it all. So all this stuff is being pushed out, and then he's using green energy to sort of create an orb within this green, and it's all black energy just balling up inside of there. And then he's going over to Michael, and then we're releasing that ball in this bag so it can experience light and transformation of its expression. It's just old, lesser vibrational energies. It's kind of odd because it's almost as if I need to do something with this creation. It's really weird because I gave a reading about, and it's live, you can actually watch it, about green energy and then creating things in the universe. And there was like a black atom that I manifested light into it, and then it was part of the green, and then it became something really powerful and impressive. I'll put a link to that video here so you could watch it, because this is really aligned with that. So I'm sort of taking this ball back. We have black energy inside of a green sort of glow of energy. So we have a black ball that looks like some hard, it's just getting harder. It's not really energy. It's sort of solidifying into like a giant BB like this size. Is what it's like, a pellet, and then this green glow all in here, and there's some sort of yellowish color to it, but it's all very it's this green energy with this sort of little bit of yellow is really positive. It's not like I'm gonna be sick looking. It's like I feel like I'm glowing. I feel like I'm like on fire with green energy or something. A good kind of flame. So I'm inspired to do something here. Inspired to see that the old is being transformed before us all in the light. So not just to give it to Michael, I don't know why, but there's something inappropriate about me giving that to him. It just didn't feel right. There's some more I need to do with it, so I'm just going to focus on showing that this darkness is good, that it can transform in the light, and that it can change its expression. It's about self-expression and identity. It isn't ugly. It is beautiful. So I'm helping the energy to see that it is worthy and deserving of the light, to be, and sort of, it's as if this was part of the emotions. We can't just throw these emotions away. There's something about this. I can't throw these emotions away. I actually have to transform them in front of us all, so we can see that these emotions deserve love, and healing, and then transformation before us all. Like putting it on, making it feel special, making the emotions feel like they deserve to be loved. So this is working as I'm speaking about this. This dark ball is transforming, and it's starting to even go into motion and speed up, and it's starting to choose to alter its identity itself. This is going to end up being a gift that is returned to you. That's the way this feels. This is really making me get hot with energy from doing this. So I'm going to continue to let this thing go. So I'm filling it with love right now. It's creating bubbles, and it's not really hard anymore. It's almost like it's bubbling up. The red version of me saying Kundalini Reiki, we have this orb, okay? It's green, glowing. On the inside was what was black. The black is changing into light, and it's starting to turn into bubbles. It's not even hard anymore. Like foaming up, really. Literally is what it looks like. So Kundalini me is over here with red, pushing red into the orb, saying Kundalini Reiki. The white light is saying unconditional love from heaven, and then is just channeling white light into this, while I simultaneously am here just focusing on allowing it to know it is loved and being transformed. Simultaneously, Archangel Raphael and his green light is really enhancing the green even that much more. He's telling me my role is to focus on filling this with green. So now I'm going to just do that, and we'll just see what happens. So I'm doing that right now. Archangel Raphael is behind all the three of me, with this in the center of us, and then his wings are wrapped around the whole ceremony of transforming this energy, and then it's all glowing like in its own super orb of angel love and green light and all of that. So it's just really becoming a massive thing right now. And there's something about blue entering into the scene. It's really like this color of blue. So it is too. This is lapis lazuli. It's real rock. It's that blue color. It's really neat. So this blue is really appropriate for you. There's something about the blue color that is really good for you to experience it. There's something about the color of the notes. Like we want to create more colors here. We want to use more colors. We're entering the notes in so they can be a reflection of all the colors of the rainbow in sounds. And so the super massive healing is taking place on this. These are your emotions that were so bad I couldn't even touch them. And now they're transformed in this super ball that we are transforming your emotions themselves. There's angels and angels singing now. There's an odd man here that is watching all of this. This scene is altering where I'm seeing an odd man. He likes the shadow. We're sort of in a basement right now, but there's something like secret, like a secret basement. It's almost like where Captain America becomes Captain America. It's sort of like a space that kind of looks techie, but there's not really much to see here. But then there's some sort of boardwalk, like a balcony, a circular balcony at an upper level where this man is sort of walking in the shadow while all this light is being manifested down here. He's up here in this darker space. So I'm going to go, and he's pretty vicious. I'm just coating him in platinum, coating this whole space in platinum. I'm not going to waste any time. He really is spiteful. He's pretty hateful. He even wants to cut my tongue and then make it look like a snake tongue. He hates me. It's like the only way I can describe it. He's really ruthless. I don't want to tap into his emotions much more. I just want to... There's quite a lot of dark energy that is manifesting here now. This whole boardwalk space is filling with black smoke. It's going around. It's like the self-sabotaging part of you is a reflection of this demon who loves the human mind. He's the knife. He's the voice of the knife that wants to kill you, basically. Demons are a very real part of every person who suffers from depression and anxiety and all that stuff. Self-sabotage and the need to end your life. These are all the manipulations of demons and stuff like that. He's very much inspired to. There's not much he's gonna be able to do here. See, this whole space is sort of like, looks like a root beer candy, so it's kind of like this. So I'm on the outside of the space and I'm just coating it all in platinum. There's something about this platinum. I'm just doing that. I'm locking all the energy on the inside of this root beer piece. And now that I've done that, I'm doing something with gold. I'm coating the whole inside of it in gold energy, which is going to transform, just naturally transform all the lesser vibrations. So I'm just letting that do its job. I don't even have to face him right now. I'm just going to do this first. There's a massive horde of angels on the scene right now. They're all sort of in the sort of army from heaven, and they're all standing along the boardwalk now, and none of us are even bothered by this smoky effect and this effect that we should be afraid of this guy. We're just showing him that we are the light and we're here and to transform him, so he can find freedom from his own self just sabotage. Demons themselves are basically reflections of, they themselves need love too. So real, genuine, unconditional, non-judgmental love so they can transform. I'm giving him a gift that is my crystal ball, which I do this all the time. So my crystal ball is infinite energy, and it's a gift from heaven to me in the physical. So it is a gift from heaven, my gift of heaven to him, so it can help him feel what unconditional love feels like. Just it's a simple way to help them transform. He's pretty tough cookie. He doesn't want to transform, but he's going to. It's instantly creating and putting him inside the crystal ball. So the crystal ball went into his heart, and then he was really rejecting it. But it just created a crystal ball around him instantly, and now he's trapped inside an infinite sphere of love. They really battle. Some of them really battle. They don't want it. It's sort of like you have an addiction to a drug, and to get the body to release its hunger or craving for the addiction, it's going to freak out. The body's going to go into a freak out state, and it's going to scream and beg, and it's going to say, I need this drug in order to survive. Demons are that way too. Some of them really fight this stuff. Some of them are like, I am tired. I'm ready to just go on, do something else. So some of them don't fight you. Some of them try to book it and get out of town. So they just aren't ready. So this guy is going to be transformed. Anymore, I'm just going to transform them. If I'm on the scene and they're on the scene, they're going to get transformed. That's how I feel about it anymore. He's sort of drying up, and it's almost like he's suffocating. All the black energy that was surrounding his body, it was like he was in a skin that was like, I don't know how to describe his form. It would be like a human being body, but it was covered in like the obsidian rock. It kind of has odd grooves in it and then shiny, but it's almost like a skin that is pulling off, but it hasn't quite yet. He's turning into a white, sort of dried out old man, even with growing a beard and everything now. And it's like he can't breathe. Inside this orb, and he's falling to his knees. This is sort of changing. He's bubbling up right now. This is just all part of what happens. Some of them, it's like they're just transforming in the light. He's releasing from his addiction to the dark is basically this. And we're here, and we're sharing more love and energy to help him, and channeling in the light from heaven. Jesus is even on the scene now. And it's like, we don't mess around anymore. He's like putting his hands on the orb, and then whispering into the orb. There's even a halo over Jesus's head, although there aren't any wings that he's revealing. But he has a halo over his head, channeling in light from heaven as well. We're just all channeling in light, focusing on this orb, while simultaneously we're also doing this work in this transforming your emotions too. There's still smokiness here that I'll attend to, but the angels are still up around this boardwalk piece. So, and I'm just, he's turning into like a liquid, a black liquid. He hasn't quite transformed into who and what he's going to be just yet. He's doing his final last attempt to sort of scream. It's almost over for this guy. This is a toughie. Like, he really did, it wasn't hard, but he really didn't want to transform. They're saying he did want to transform. They're telling me that this was a very difficult transformation because of his sort of so submerged in that identity that it was almost just it had to destroy him before it could be he could be reborn. That's what they're saying. It is equivalent to energy changes that freak out even the soul in the process. Because the vibrations that were what was natural or normal are completely altered to something that became unnatural, only to be able to feel balanced and harmonized and sort of wake up like, wow, what just happened, kind of thing. They're talking about rebirth of souls. It can even be hard with sometimes. He's still, I'm sorry, but I have to wait for this guy to fully complete this. He's still trying. He's still kind of coming out of his liquid, but he's just really softening up a lot. I mean, incredibly a lot. It's even sucking in all this smoke from around, is just sucking into the orb itself. And now the orb is just absorbing in all of this. And now they're showing me that this contains his energy, so now I can just focus on my hands wrapped around it, and now he's inside the palm of my hand, so now I'm just going to channel light and love into this. I'm just focusing on visualizing and then transferring energy. So, and now I'm just breathing in love into the orb like Jesus had done, and letting him know that he is loved. He is worth it. I say, you are worth it. You're worth it. There's something about that. He needed to hear that too. He's being transformed in the light. He really is. He's just taking him time to figure out what his identity is. I mean, he's lost all strength. I'm talking to Michael right now about this. We're sort of in just a field, and there's kids playing baseball, and we're just hanging out here. There's green grass, and I'm asking him, I'm burying it in the earth. The earth will rebalance your crystals naturally, but make sure you remember where you bury them. So I don't have a need to bury my crystals. I could just journey into them and then just rebalance the energy in them. I'm going to start doing videos on how to do that as well, and then just start offering it as a service in my store too. Because crystals are such a valuable part of the work I do as a healer. And so other people who are inspired to get crystals or want to experience this sort of amped up crystal energy, that way I can offer a service to provide that for you at a distance. Just like I can distance heal anybody, I can kind of raise the vibration of your crystal too. So I'm allowing Mother Earth to, this is all part of your healing, Sean. This that demon had to be transformed because you both had a really loving connection, and you were sort of like feeding off of each other. Unfortunately, his energy was going to destroy you, basically. It almost has a couple times. This guy's been with you for a while, so this was a massive attachment, demon attachment, and he had to get released. This guy's still in a state of transformation. Mother Earth, he's buried into Mother Earth, and she's doing something with him within her womb. I always call, when you dig into Mother Earth and you plant a crystal in there, like this, you can, however you're inspired to put the crystal into the ground. You just trust that, people really want rules and instructions. Follow your heart and know that it is correct every time. And if there's a more valuable way of putting something in the ground, then the spirit realm you'll get a feeling like, I should put it in this way this time, or I should do things differently. You just let the energy teach you how to do it. Just don't go looking for books and things. You just learn through the process of experiencing the act of doing this. So he's in the womb of the earth, is sort of digging a hole in the earth, planting this sort of crystal ball with him in it. I opened up the womb of the earth, and now I'm closing this sort of in the earth. The earth has a way of wanting to swallow this in deeper and deeper until it's in like this really, I don't know, it's a node within the earth. It just knows where to, I don't know how that's what the earth is doing right now with my crystal ball in this experience, in this spiritual layer. The earth is really tending to this. I can't believe this is such a big deal. I mean, this is a massive big deal. We're being called, I'm just supposed to let Mother Earth do her thing with my crystal ball, and we're being called to go back to that space with Raphael, all the angels singing, that sort of upper space. There's no smoke. That smoke is all entered into here and is being dealt with Mother Earth in her womb space, where she can help the crystal, nurture the crystal, and help it heal. She likes to suck out negative energy and transform it in the light, so it becomes positive energy. Just like garbage, just like anything, Mother Earth wants to eat away the negative and transform it into useful things like oxygen and flowers and stuff like that. So we're now, we're moving our space up in an elevator to get out of this cylindrical room. And so it just has no value anymore. So even this odd root beer thing is buried in the earth too. It's almost like a weird cell in your blood or something. I don't know how to describe it. It's like I'm in a liquid and there's other cells, sort of circular pieces in this odd root beer shape inside the blood or something like that. So I'm taking it out. This is the space we were all in, healing this emotional thing. And it also is sort of being healed in Mother Earth's sort of green energy healing. It's hard to speak through all of this stuff because the energy is really strong right now. And there's a lot of things going on really fast. So for me to talk through it is hard for me to keep up. I'm just going to watch everything get done, and then I'll just tell you what all I see. So, okay, well, I'm just going to start from this scene. I'm taking that root beer that I covered in platinum, on the outside, the inside I covered in gold. We were all inside of there, created sort of an elevator effect to go up. Now we're out of this sort of odd thing, this sort of root beer thing. Now it's sort of like a pill going into the ground, and the ground is just going to absorb it and transform it. And they're saying that one can be digested by the earth. We'll just let that one digest. The earth will just transform it naturally. It has no value. It just needed, that part of you needed removed. But we're sort of out here with this orb of energy that we've been focusing on with Raphael, and everybody has been here. I'm just checking on that orb and Mother Earth sort of womb. And it's starting to glow. It's interesting because we have two glowing spheres now. So one that we focused on, and now it's sort of like a sunlight inside of a green. And now this other one is in the ground with Mother Earth, and it too is sort of glowing. As my crystal ball is glowing like a sun inside of green. And so everything is just sort of, that one from inside the earth is lifting out. That root beer thing, I'm not going to go back to that. That is actually just healing in Mother Earth. It's just energy that she's going to transform into flowers and stuff like that. So now we have 2 orbs of energy here. I'm giving 1 orb of energy to this young man, the 12-year-old boy that we saw. I'm placing it into his heart portals, so he's filling with this sort of transformed energy that is really great. And now I'm giving the other one to this older man that has sort of the lipstick and the makeup and the sort of wig. He's quite a hairy guy too, but he's quite a massive... this is transforming even their identities as well. They're both starting to transform. I don't know how. I'm feeling them transforming on the inside, and it wants to transform them all over them. It hasn't happened yet, but this room is sort of, everything is changing by doing this. They're saying love is what is changing everything. Love that is unconditional, love that is transformative, love that is healing, love that is non-judgmental, love that comes from heaven and from angels and from Jesus and from those who are non-judgmental, there's pure love. And this sort of love is part of both of them, and it is sort of washing away the smear of confusion is the only way I can describe it. And it's altering what was sexual identity and odd behavior. They're just becoming 2 normal people. That it isn't about, right now, there's nothing having to do with sexual identity. It's just 2 people that just want to be happy now. That was the only thing there was just an odd thing. They're just able to go their separate ways now. They're giving their choices or freedom to just release from this, just because they're just feeling like there's no ill vibrations here. It's not about sexual identity anymore. It's not about how they want to express their gender or whatever. It's just, they actually just feel happy, and they just feel like they want to just go do the next thing, whatever that is. Express themselves however they want to express themselves. There's no ill vibrations. I don't know how to describe it. But in the process of them just acknowledging that they themselves feel amazing right now, is transferring into this triangle piece where you're sort of here at the tip, energy into you naturally that is making you glow, this green, and then on the inside, this sort of odd coil that was a white sort of glowing coil is now solidifying into a ball, and then everything is just glowing green, and now you have this sort of green ball of energy. There's something else here, because there's still, that is what wants to happen, but it is not proving to have completed itself yet. It hasn't quite happened just yet. My spirit guides are asking me if I believe he is to start glowing green, and I'm saying there's something about this that feels right to me. There's something about him being an expression of green healing energy, that he himself is healed from the inside out, and he actually glows from the inside out in such a balanced and harmonized way that it is even seen or recognized by those around him, and he's bright. He looks bright and welcoming and cheerful and just free from what was there before. And they're saying, they're nodding it with agreement. They're saying yes to me about this. They're asking me if I know how to help heal him yet, complete this work I'm doing. Saying he deserves to be filled with genuine love. This had to happen. This had to reveal itself. All of this is part of that coil piece that it was hard to remove. I can't just rip it out. Now you know why I can't just rip it out. We have to learn about it. We have to explore it. We have to release other things in order to remove it properly. Something about energy that is coiling up, white energy going up both sides of your legs and then around your hips and then up, and you're just sort of surrounded by a coiling white light. That coil piece I can see it in one vision of my eye perspectives, but right now I'm just seeing you as a body of an outline of a man of energy, and then but there's a solidity of your humanness that is involved here. But there's just this energy going around you. It is about transforming you. This energy is about transforming you. It is helping you to see yourself differently. It's helping you to comprehend yourself from a much higher vantage point, so you have that clarity to see. See without the emotional baggage or the mental or the whatever, all this other stuff that has been bogging you down that is now healed. I'm going to your heart. I'm putting my hands on your heart. And I'm channeling in loving energy from heaven. I'm helping you to feel balanced, loving energy vibrating through your heart portal and throughout your whole body. You're lifting up, literally lifting up. You're even turning the color red. The spirals aren't really, they're starting to spiral out to becoming nothing now. And you're turning red. And you're glowing, and then you're lifting upward. So I'm just going to lift upward too at the same time while I'm still channeling, touching your heart, and then channeling in loving energy. And we're just going to visualize we're on an elevator taking us all the way up to heaven. So I'm just raising your vibration right now. So the more loving energy I'm channeling into you is raising us higher into heavenly light. You do not, I am to tell you, you do not have a connection at all with that demon entity. Is not in conjunction with your spiritual atmosphere, your physical body, your mind, your emotions, anything. That demon is now a part of the white light of all, part of heavenly. He's actually, his soul is a transformed demon, but he's honestly in a state right now where he needs to be at rest and at peace. And he's being tended to by angels in the white light. He actually is sort of in a meditative state right now. It's the only way I can define it. He is in his own orb that is an expression of white light and healing. And it is in conjunction with the all. I know it's sort of part of that green glow and the white orb that went into this adult male. But that was part of the healing, reflection of the profound healing and transformation. His soul is part of the oneness, right? So we're all combined. We're all part of the oneness. While simultaneously we have sort of a unique reflective side in the infinite mirror. So his reflective side in the oneness in the infinite mirror is in a state of meditation. It is with Mother and Father God is basically it. And he's being embraced and loved and held and helped right now to comprehend his expression and who he wants to be next and that sort of thing. He's like in a meditative state. I'm supposed to tell you that there's nothing in conjunction with you with that guy. He's turning into something. He's quite bright right now. His pain and suffering is over, and yours is over now too. That is part of this message. This odd soul relationship you have with that demon who is transformed, and you two are being transformed as well. So part of his rebirth is your rebirth too. And you are going upward still. As we go upward, you're sort of releasing the old energy, and we're getting lighter as we go upward. Sometimes when you journey like I do, when I try to go up to raise my own vibration, I actually have to release energy. And it's literally like I'm releasing I don't know how to describe it, but my body becomes like a fireman's hose coming out my hands and out my feet and out of my everywhere. Just energy just coming out just like I'm a shower just gone off, and so I have to get lighter and lighter and lighter as I propel upward really fast, shoot really fast into the highest realms. And so as we go up higher, we're going faster and faster. And then you're actually turning into the shower as well. And you're releasing, like sweating out, releasing all this pent up energy and all the old yucky. And it kind of looks like brown, like liquidy goo that's just coming out of you. And we're just shooting up faster and faster. So I need to focus on this. My spirit guides are saying, are you shooting up faster? And I'm like, well, it was a slow takeoff, but yes, I'm going to focus on really speeding this up. And the faster I can make us go, the faster I'm turning this, I don't know how to describe it, but I'm heating things up and raising your vibration really high. I'm helping it, so sort of like water. When water gets really hot, it too wants to release into into steam and then into air particles. So it itself is releasing its own physical identity in order to get higher, right? And it's speeding up, it's going faster. So the water itself is now part of the air. So for us to even go higher, we have to transform ourselves as well. So that's what I'm doing right now. They're encouraging this action in me, and not to see us going on an elevator anymore, because that's much a part of the physical sort of visualization. We need to see that we're in spirit and we're light bodies and not physical bodies. That's making us go slower. They're helping me to speed this up better, in a better way. There's somebody here giving this, like, the whole thing stalled out, and there's a man here, and he's giving me a glowing blue coin, is what it looks like. He's sort of got an odd glow to him, like he's black with a glowing blue light, like a wristband that glows blue. He actually looks young, like maybe 17 or 18 or something. He's giving me, like, it feels like we're gonna play laser tag or something cool like that. I don't know what it is. So I tell him I accept your gift, and now he's just rocketing off. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. It's odd. It's got a sticky back to it. I decided to lick the blue off of it like it was candy or something. And now the thing is stuck to my finger, and I'm like tapping on a table with it. I'm not thinking about any of this. It just happens as part of the wisdom. I'm hearing cars racing by while I'm waiting. I'm actually just tapping my finger like I'm just waiting, and these cars keep going by, and it's sort of like it's been wet outside, and there's a splashing noise. I feel like that something bad is gonna happen. There's something about time and a wristwatch too. I'm getting so impatient right now. That's the way I feel. It's just, I'm just keep looking at cars going by, and the car I'm looking for it just hasn't shown up yet, and I'm just getting so impatient. I actually am about to use a payphone and make a phone call with change. Like, that's unheard of these days. You can't even find a payphone anymore. I mean, it's seriously that you just can't even find a payphone anymore. I actually find that to be a bad thing. I think cell phones are way overused. I kind of miss putting change into a phone and then using a phone like old school style, you know? Something feels good about this wisdom. We're making a phone call. We're calling for a pickup ride or to get picked up or something. There's an odd hand coming behind me and picking me up by my scruff. And I'm getting lifted up right now. But this hand looks kind of gruesome. I mean, it looks like a really freaky alien hand. It's oversized, fat hand, and it looks like it's covered in bacon. I mean, I don't know how to describe the way it looks. Now you can understand why I don't know how to describe the way it looks. It doesn't look natural at all. I see these yawnings. Something about this. There's really something about this. I need to stop for a minute. I feel like I need to stop for a minute, and then I'll come right back. I need to take 5 minutes for some reason. I'm just be right back, okay? Okay, I'm back on it. I had to take a mini break there. Sometimes that happens. Okay, so I'm at this phone booth, and then this odd bacon hand is over here. So there's some sort of interaction about, is this alien? Is this real? Is it a demon? My perception is that it's kind of cartoony, and it hasn't revealed itself at what it is specifically. But there's something I don't like about the way that hand is coming up from behind me without my permission, and then just picking me up, like grabbing my scruff. But it's a human being. He's picking up a human being by the back of the neck like it's a scruff, and picking you up that way. He kind of reminds me of sort of like a cartoon bad guy or something, because his hand it's not in all clarity, so it has sort of a cartoony effect to it. It's sort of like there's something like he's kind of like the Michelin tire guy, but his skin color is sort of brown, and it looks like bacon wrapped like steak around his arm. Like, you know what I mean? The bacon goes, it's like toothpick down there. I don't know. But it's sort of, he has these like layered patches of like the skin pieces, and then his head is just this dome, like this sort of like a half dome or something, and then it just doesn't have a neck. It just goes to his shoulders, which is the exact same as his head. It's almost like he's starting to sort of transform the effect to make him look like he's an astronaut or something, wearing like a space helmet, even sort of an odd suit with these weird layered patches on it. So it's interesting how you start describing things and it alters its composition of what it is. I'm just like waiting for it to make more sense. I'm to use green here as well. I'm looking at the cartooned version. It looks like a kid's cartoon bad guy or something. It's not. That's just what it looks like. A solid rock guy with sort of bacon piece wrap. I don't know how to describe it. I'm just looking at him. I'm waiting for the energy to change. There's something between like a battle between a space guy and now this sort of bad guy. Space guy coming up behind him and then putting his arm around him, like gonna choke him out, but he doesn't even have a neck, you know? While simultaneously this guy is completely oblivious to any of this. He's no longer being picked up by a scruff. He's just trying to make a phone call, wait for somebody to come and get here already. Something about this energy is just really hard for, I don't know what it is, but there's something about the glowing blue again, the odd candy piece, the waiting, the time, trying to make a phone call. It's like some sort of chaos of the emotions is just frustrating. None of it makes any sense. It's sort of just, I don't know, this is odd. I'm like going into a weird trance state. I'm just gonna wait for this stuff to blend together. This type of thing should not prompt me to go into a trance state, so there's something more about this. I just feel like I'm getting more irritated. I myself am getting frustrated, and I'm just so sick of waiting. I mean, I'm getting so mad, I want to take somebody and beat them up. That's how mad I'm getting. That's the way this feels right now. Um, Nothing is changing. Nobody will come. My spirit guides asked me if I know who he's waiting for. I would just say parents to come get you. That's not what this feels like. Like parents drop you off at a bowling alley and there's like a laser tag in there or something, and you're just waiting for them to come get you as you're a teenager, like an older teenager. So you're not out of the house yet, but you're still kind of old enough that you're ready to be out of the house and on your own, but you're still relying on them for things. And they're not here to get you. That's what this feels like. This reminds me of, I too have had to wait, for my parents to pick me up. So I think all kids, I think a lot of people relate to this feeling. But it's so angering. Nobody's, this isn't changing. This is the scene. I cannot get it to change. I'm just sitting here brewing, and I'm pissed. I'm going to go into your mind and your emotions and relax them, and so you're not worried about time. It's sort of like every second that goes by, you're like, where are you? Why are you not here yet? What is going on? And so it feels like time is taking forever because I'm just sitting here stewing and brewing and getting so irritated at every second. If I could just be peaceful, and then it doesn't really matter. There is no such thing as time. The more you can align with peacefulness, then time starts to evaporate. It's really weird. So you have to understand that time is a matter of perception. There is sort of, time is a whole other conversation. But in this instance, time, there's importance, there's value here to me going into your emotional state and calming it, and then helping you to experience the relief from this. So there is no such thing as time, and now the car will come. The car's never going to get here because all I can think about is the car getting here already. And it's not, and I'm just getting irritated. So I have to get clever here and alter the way that this whole thing is processing out. This is a scene. This is somehow in conjunction with you, Sean. I don't know if this is a real memory or if this is a relationship with how you feel impatient or something like that. But this here is coming up for a reason, and I need to focus on it, and I need to heal you in order for us to go skyrocket. This is part of you releasing some of this sort of showery energy so we can go up higher. This has to go. Some sort of baggage weighing us down here is your perception of time and how fast things need to happen. Just this impatient thing. There's something about an old pocket watch that is spinning before the eyes, and you're just sort of batting it. You're like acting like a cat. I mean, it picks you up from the scruff, and then I have this dangly thing, and you're acting like a cat and batting it away. Like, there's something catty about this, and it's kind of funny and hokey, and I like it. There's something cute. I don't know why, but I'm gonna turn you into a really cute, snuggly cat. and then I don't know why, but you need this. There's something about cats and snuggling and furry. And they're soft and they're silly sometimes. Not the cats that want to scratch you and just don't want to hang out. This is like a snuggly cat that's a fur ball, and it's a silly cat too. So I'm turning you into that. That's gonna make all of this other stuff go away really fast. The phone call doesn't matter. You're a cat. You can't take a phone. You can't do anything with a phone call. You're a cat. Who cares whether there's a car here or not? All we care about is finding something to play with. And something warm and snuggly. That's all we care about. So now there's no fighting like spaceman with this weird bacon guy. There's none of it. It's all gone. Everything's gone now. All we are is just a snuggly cat, and it's really wonderful. Do you see how fast we just altered the vibration there just by just change one thing, and now everything else changes. This has to do with altering your vibrations to raise your vibration. There's something really good about this. You're coming back to me, now you're in color. And now you're not in a black, in a dark, and with the glowing blue, you're in color. And then you're even playing with my crystal ball, sort of just throwing it in the air like a baseball. There's something just really like you're kind of like a teenager in this scene. But you're sort of in your own world though too. Like you're kind of being a punk about it, but at the same time you're not. You're just kind of in your own world. This has become really mesmerizing for you. This throwing this ball around is almost like basketball or base. I don't. There's something really mesmerizing. Something feels really good about your involvement and focus. When you're focused on something, you get into focus. I mean, you're in the focus. You're in the zone. When you're in the zone, it's like nothing else matters. Time doesn't matter. The frustrations of life doesn't matter. Whatever we're waiting for to happen doesn't matter. Nothing matters. When you're in the zone, nothing matters. Just focusing and staying in the zone. If we can just keep you in the zone, that's what this feels like. It's like, wow, I love the way this is feeling right now. I just need you to just continue to be in the zone. Feels really good. There's something about it raising your vibration naturally. Like I'm putting I'm adding all this energy, is sort of kundalini energy and all this energy into you. But if I can just show you that when I get you in the zone, you just do it naturally. I don't even have to put anything in there. You actually go into a state of nirvana. Is something like really entrancing about it. You're just in a state right now. It's putting me in a state. I gotta stay in the state. It's really hypnotizing and awesome. I'm turning into a cat. I'm like playing with this silly pocket watch. I don't know, but there's something. If I can't just be a cat right now playing with that pocket watch, I just don't think I'm gonna feel right. That's how this feels. This feels so silly, but it's so real. There's something really good about it. I don't know why, but all of this stuff is good for you to have this. You need this. This is helping me. My energy I'm feeling in my heart right now is just like blasting me through the roof with just, I don't know, I'm in the zone feelings and just silly cat feelings and just, I don't care about the time out of my face. I don't care. Something about it. And I'm just going back to our goals to keep lifting you up above everything else. Just to get you rocketed off into heaven. There's no elevator anymore. And now we have sort of glittery energy that is sort of pushing us like out of our feet. And we're just going upward. That's sort of releasing more denser energies as well. And I'm here with you. And we're just going up here together. It's making me feel awesome. In fact, I'm just sort of propelling up your body in some weird way and going up through the top of your head is the way this feels. So we're in a spiritual space, but it's somehow in conjunction with where this coil has been in the heart, and then we need to just go blast straight upward. The more we do this, you don't even need me to help you blast upward. You're actually becoming out. So I was like sort of holding on to you like a Superman, and we're just like taking off. But now we're starting to separate where you can just blast off on your own and be up there. I'm helping you to see that you are getting somewhere, because it's been sort of a dark void space, but now I'm showing you that there's a tunnel of light here and you're getting close to it. And now you're entering into it. We've been blasting upward for quite some time now. That must be why I needed to take a break. Sometimes these things are still in action while even if I'm not focusing on it, this stuff is still going on. And to get upward can take a long time. And in our physical experience of time, you could be going upward for days. And so something about this, I needed to allow it even more time to go upward, but I was feeling odd about, I just felt like I needed to stop for a minute. Sometimes that happens. I don't really understand why half the things happen that my spirit guides are saying, when I paused this out, I went and listened to gong sounds. I don't know why, but I needed it. And when I started this video, it was right after I listened to gong sounds. And then I felt like really in a very high level, a high vibration. You don't have to do any spiritual things. Just listen to the gong sounds and they'll actually just do all the work for you. It's pretty amazing. It's the easiest spiritual healing. I mean, it's like Reiki is so easy and so effective. Just listen to the gong sounds. That's all you have to do. Don't even have to try to meditate. Just lay down and listen to gong sounds and just listen to the sounds. That's it. You'll be amazed by what you feel afterward. But I had to go do that for some reason. And it really raised my vibration again and allowed me to enter back in. But we were still going upward when I came back. We're in this portal. We're going through it right now. It's actually turning into hands that are lifting us upward into mother and father light, and us both, because I'm in a portal as well. One was for you, one was for me, so we're both here. This just pure white light everywhere, and it's sort of got a yellowy glow to it. You just feel the energy is just embracing us, just really nurturing us both. That is what this feels like. It feels amazing. It's almost like tickling my insides because it feels so high vibrational. It's like moving really fast on the inside of my body. It's like tickles me, kind of. I don't know, like tickling my heart or something. It feels like really crazy and good, which means it's feeling really good for you too. So we're just up here right now, getting hugs from energies that are the reflection of the Divine Mother and then the Divine Father of all. And we're just enjoying this sort of amazing feeling. And we don't want to leave anytime soon. We're just going to lounge here and take a vacation for a while. That's how this feels. Like, if I could just feel this all the time, I'll just stay here. This happens naturally when you're in the zone. Like, you do this naturally without having to try. When you're in the zone, playing music and stuff like that. These spirit guides are asking me if music helped us propel up here, and I'm saying there sure were. It was the gong sounds that I was listening to. I obviously was inspired to do this for a reason. It's just those vibrations and the notes. Like, what note does a gong make? Seriously. It makes all kinds of vibrations is what it does, and then the vibrations alter you. And so it's sort of like the guitar is just creating sounds that just alter you, you know, and then sort of plucking the strings, it just something about that creates vibrations as well that alters you. We're in this really high vantage point. It keeps making me want to yawn. I better just get one good yawn out or I'm not going to feel right. If I can't be a cat and play with that, I'm just not going to feel right. It's just silly. We're just up here right now. I'm just inspired to see this coil piece. It just seems to have no value anymore. I don't even care about it. That's the only way I can describe it. That thing had a firm grip and now it just wants a boring out of there on its own. Because it just isn't needed. And the rest of this matter just wants to clean off of there as well. I'm to give you this gift now of energy that was given to you by those two, just through their actions and choices alone, to be altered by and to receive and be altered by the healing itself. There's a conjunction with you. It's amazing what this is about. The way you're at the peak, you're literally, now we're supposed to see you the triangle. What you were sort of standing in a room, okay? And so it was a triangle shape. So as you're standing in a room, you're at the point of the triangle, while those two were standing in flat ground at the other 2 points. So we draw a triangle on the floor. Now we see where you're standing. But now the triangle, you've been pushed so high upward, the triangle itself is moving like this. So now you're above the triangle. And then these two are just, they're on their way. They're doing, I mean, there's balance to this. This feels right. Their energy is just lifting up into you and altering you from a really high vantage point. Now you're able to receive this energy while you're simultaneously really high in vibration right now. And it's sort of being lifted up to you. In heaven. You're supposed to receive it in heaven. All the rest of this work is to be done in heaven, is what this is. And it's being done here. And it's being done with musical notes. Somehow the sounds are the notes that are lifting this orb that's green, and then there's white energy on the inside. This is the third one, the gift that was given to you. There's just lifting up from the sounds of the notes that take you higher, basically. And then, so it's able to reach you in this space. And it's just an instantaneous thing that is happening. It is here now. So we're here together. You actually are open to receiving it and opening to releasing the rest of what is part of the past. They say, Sean, are you ready to release the past now? Release from the past. They're saying, are you ready to release from the past? And so I'm waiting for the response to take place, which will automatically just push this thing out. You have to choose it. It's actually just turning into a liquid and then going out on its own. Everything is actually turning into a liquid. It's just all the brown and everything, it just isn't there anymore. My spirit guides are saying, so it has been released or removed now. I'm saying I'm still watching it all transform. It is on its way to being completely not there. It's all turning into like a watery, and water that is even washing this brown off of you too. But it's sort of wanting to, it's odd because the image keeps changing. So it's in the process, it's turning into a liquid, and I can tell that it's on its way to being removed. And so I'm looking into the future of it being removed, but it's still in a liquid state where it's sort of washing this stuff off. But then it's sort of solidifying and turning into a skin you just peel off. Which is it's sort of a good way to describe it all. But there's something about this green thing entering into your sort of space right here, and then allowing the rest of this old skin to be removed. Like a snake sheds its skin, so you release from the past, release from the old, and you were reborn with a brand new skin, and now you've grown even. So the snake is a reflection of rebirth and growing from life experiences. So you shed your old skin, and then now you're got a brand new glistening skin, and you've grown. So you're expanded from life experiences. So I'm just watching this work continue to complete itself. I'm just waiting for it to cycle out, and it feels really good inside. I can feel it in my stomach region particularly. I just feel a lot of freedom. I honestly just feel like there's energy that is singing inside of me. I just feel like I am really on fire with energy right now. There's something happening. You're leaving an old part of yourself behind. You just walked out of your body. We both did like a crazy triple somersault off like the diving board of heaven, and we're instantly in this space that's so gorgeous, like a tropical island. And it's so healing and just soothing. Birds, tropical birds here. I mean, you literally just, it was like a shell. It just cracked, and then you're still glowing on the inside, and it just opened, and then you came out, and instantly, I don't know why, but we both seemed to know to just do a crazy like Olympian style somersault, and then we just landed in an island space. It's gorgeous here. It's warm and peaceful and relaxing and renewing, and I don't even know who you're not the same person. I mean, you feel like you're a brand new person, is the way this feels. You don't feel the same at all anymore. I mean, you just left an old shell behind. And what was underneath is a completely new version of yourself. We're just lounging on the beach and listening to ocean waves, and there's warm sun here, and we don't even care about putting our sunscreen on. I don't know why, but that was a thought on my mind. I'm like, I'm in spirit. I'm not gonna get some. I just want to feel the sun and not have to think about human things. I don't care about the sunscreen here. And so that was the thought I had. That just letting go of the humanness of life and just enjoy the spiritual side, just the highest vibration, the tropical, just the awesome side of the gifts of life. It feels amazing right now. I just want to stay here. I don't need to be a cat anymore. I'm fine now. I finally got past that. I'm good now for life. I just feel perfect. I don't even feel like there's anything else that I need out of life. I don't need anything else anymore. That's the way I feel. I feel like that was all I needed. And now I don't need anything else. I just feel like a normal person again. I feel like me. Like that's the only way you can describe it. That means this is how you feel, Sean. This is how you are feeling right now. This work is extremely effective for you. It's extremely necessary. I'm actually inspired to just let you be at peace. I'm just taking a walk on the beach, and I just seem to know that it's okay to find my way from here, I guess. I'm just turning into a mirage, and then I'm still walking on the beach, but I'm off to the next thing, I guess. That's it. So I'm just looking at everything that we've accomplished here. You're still peaceful in your reclining chair, basically, but it's like you're reading a newspaper, reading a book or something like that. But you're just enjoying yourself. You're relaxing. You don't care. There's nothing else you could ask for in life. There's nothing else you need. You're just peaceful. There's some I'm just watching a few scenes play out. Basically, what would be like Cryon Man, this sort of stealthy black energy guy, always comes out of the ground like a rabbit, busts through the ground. He's always massive. Most of the time, but he doesn't quite come out. He just shows himself here while you're just peaceful, and he's just not even going to interrupt you at all. He just somehow came here, while simultaneously there's this little blue coil coming down from the sky and is entering into your heart portal. But everything's stalled out, and now it's sort of like this is the last page in a book, and we just flipped the page, and now it's like the next chapter in your book of life. And so here's the end of this story, And now we have the next half of this book is ready to be filled with new stories. There's even a little like a bookmark attached to the book itself, and so it's just going into those pages, and then Cryon, who's like the master of soul contracts or something like that, is putting the book on the shelf, and he's just really proud of you. That's the feeling, that this feels like he's just really proud of everything your soul has accomplished up till this point. It makes him really proud to be a part of your journey and to let you hear him say that. And then to be able to put your book in his library is the way it feels. He's proud to have your book in his library. And he's bookmarked the page, so we know where to start. The new story starts here. It starts now. It starts today. He says, are you ready to write your new story now? This is really amazing. Everything is complete now, Sean. That is the end of this journey healing for you. So that was quite interesting. I'm probably gonna, I don't know why, but I'm gonna have to listen to more gong sounds after this. I don't know what it is, but it just seems right today. Must be something about today, and we need to all listen to some musical notes, I think. Something about the sounds and vibrations that make us feel, our vibration just goes upward and makes us feel even more alive than ever before. So it's a really good day to do your journey, because it's a really good message for us all to embrace the sounds of life, that make us feel the most joy and just take us sailing upward into the heavens, So, okay, Sean, that's all for your journey. Thank you so much for this experience. I've really enjoyed it. For everybody out there in the audience, if you would like to experience transformative healing, go visit my website, abbynormalswisdomquest.com, and then connect with me. We'll do a soul rebirth journey, and you can experience life-changing spiritual healing. Okay, so that's all for now. Thank you so much, and I'm wishing you all, and you, Sean, and everybody, a great day.